So today we are going to start on a new topic. Okay, just nice Abba joined us today and we are starting on a new topic. We're going to talk about plant systems. It might be new to you. Have you started on plant systems in school? Both of you? Abba, not yet.
Yeah,
Money?
that was my last year's topic.
Okay, yeah. Because P3 and 4, they're considered as lower block. So some schools do certain topics in P3, some do in P4. Okay, but either way, that's fine. Okay, take it as a revision if you've learned it. If you have not learned it, then you take it as a new topic being taught. Okay? So I'm sure you might have watched some of the videos related to this topic. But for tutorial, mainly we are doing a lot of recap and also going through questions and how to answer them. Okay? So I think just to highlight, we have not been talking about this very much. But if you have any questions, you can use the chat function and just straight away type it in for me. Okay, because some people, I understand you're a bit shy, you don't want to speak in front of everyone. You can just type it in the chat function directed to me, and I'll have a look at it and I'll respond to you accordingly. Okay. Now, if it's really something urgent, like we're discussing something and you want to just quickly ask, you can raise your hand using the icon. You know how to use the icon? Yes, there's an emoji down there, right? So you can actually click on it. Yes, very good, Money. Okay. And lastly, if you really need to go toilet, which sometimes when nature calls, you can't help it, right? So you can actually inform me via chat as well, and then please go. Okay, I do not want you to wet your pants during the tutorial. Yeah. Okay, so if that's all, we are going to start with a recap. Okay, so the plant parts and their functions. Okay, generally, if you look at the syllabus, you are required to know these three parts for P4 level. Okay, and what are the three parts? The three parts will be your leaves, stems, and roots. Okay, so the main function, in fact, for each of them, there are two. We're going to discuss one more for the stem, okay, which is the missing one. So for leaves, of course, it's to make food for the plants, right? Because the leaves contain chlorophyll in them and they are able to help the plants to trap light to make food. Okay. And secondly, the leaves also allows taking in and giving out of gases. So basically, this one is called gaseous exchange. Okay. Now, the second plant part we need to know is the stem. The stem, of course, is to support the plant. But let me just highlight, not all stems support the plant because there are your weak stems versus the strong stems. Okay, some stems are weak. They are not able to support the plant upright. But generally, most of them are strong stems. They are able to support the plant upright. So it depends on what type of stems as well. Okay, so things like, for example, the cucumber, the stems are really weak, so they can't support the plant upright. Yeah, of course, the woody ones like trees, apple trees, banana trees, coconut trees, all these are strong stems. Okay, now another function which is not written here is because you will mainly learn it in primary 5. Yes, Manu.
Is the second function it helps the roots and leaves transport food and water all to the parts?
Very good. Well done. Okay, so mainly another function of stems is the transportation of substances. Okay, so basically it helps to transport water from the roots to the rest of the plant. And it also transports food from the leaves to the rest of the plant. Okay, remember the leaves produce food, so the food is transported from the leaves to the rest of the plants, and the roots are the ones that absorb water, so it's from the roots to the rest of the plant. Okay, then again, I just want to highlight, right? These 2 points, you will mainly learn them in P5 under transport in plants. Okay, but it's still good to know now, right? Now that you're P4, that this is another function of the stem. Are we clear, Abir? So far, so good? Yeah? Okay. So last part, okay, so there are 3 parts which you need to know: the leaves, the stems. The last one will be the roots. Okay, same thing for the roots. There are 2 functions to it. The roots hold the plant firmly to the ground. The roots also absorb water and minerals from the soil. Okay, so hold the plant firmly means that, you know, it has like widespread roots whereby it helps to clasp onto the soil, and then the plant will be firm in the ground, rooted in the ground. Okay, then another function, of course, is to absorb water and minerals from the soil. Are we good? I think Mani is still writing down. Huh?
I'm done.
Good. Great. Okay, now we're going to move on to recap. Each of you will take one. Okay, who wants to start first on the leaves? Yes, Mani.
They make food.
Very good. Okay, next one, Aber. What is the function of the stem?
To keep the flower upright.
To
make
keep,
the plant upright.
okay, to support the plant. Right. Okay, what is another function of the stem? Mani?
It helps to transport water and food to other parts of the body. Oh, sorry, the plant system.
Yes, to transport. I would say substances. Okay.
Using.
Sorry?
So confusing with body system and plant system. Something.
Yeah, that's right. To transport substances to other parts of the plant, basically. Okay. But like I said, this one is really mainly covered in P5. So it's good to know now. Okay. Back to Abir. What is a function of the roots?
To help the plant to stay upright.
To help the plant to stay upright, I would say to hold the plant. It's not really to help it stay upright. To help it stay upright is the stem. So for the roots is to hold the plant firmly to the ground. Okay. Mani, what's the other function of the roots?
It absorbs water and minerals from the soil.
Yes, very good. It to absorb water and mineral salts from the soil. Wonderful. Okay. So this table basically summarizes everything, right? You need to know the plant parts and the functions. And of course, later on when we do questions, we learn to apply to the question as well. Okay, so now I would like to share a video on the different plant parts for kids. I mean, are you guys kids? I suppose you are still kids, right? You're only 10 years old. Let me just share sound with you first, yeah? Okay, now, I think the video is really wonderful in terms of like going through all the different plant parts. Of course, there are some parts which you have not been taught, which is the flowers, right? That part you will learn more again in primary 5 because you're going to learn about how the flowers actually help in terms of reproduction in plants. Okay, as of now, now that you're in primary 4, just need to know the roots, the stems, and the leaves. Okay? Okay, now moving on, we're going to look at some questions. I think here are some of the questions which you did for your tutorial, prior to coming to the tutorial. I think first question, not an issue. Most of you got it correct. So I'm not going to go through, spend too much time on it. So which part of the plant helps to anchor the plant firmly? Okay, so I guess to anchor the plant firmly, this one will suggest to you that which part of the plant? Yes, someone raises your hands. Was it money? Yes. Which part of the plant helps to anchor the plant firmly to the ground?
The roots.
Very good. Okay, so once you've seen this function, you link it to the plant part. Okay, and by looking at the image, I think you should know that the answer is B. Okay, great. Now, question 2, study the table below. Which of the following represents the plant part? Okay, now this one is quite similar to the previous question. We just need to identify the plant part. Which plant part takes in water? Yes, Mani.
The one that takes in water, it's the roots.
Good. Okay, next one, Abel. Which plant part makes food?
The leaf.
Very good. Okay, back to Mani. Which plant part holds the plant upright?
The stem.
Yes, okay. Specifically the strong stems, yeah? Which plant part contains seeds?
The fruit.
Very good, Aber. Okay, we didn't really cover that much on fruits and flowers. But then again, actually seeds, if you can relate, right? I'm sure you've eaten some fruits before. You will notice that the seeds are usually found in the fruits. Okay. Later on in P5, when you learn reproduction in plants, that's when you learn how the seeds get dispersed and grow into new plants again. Okay, but for now, I think this is it. So we should be able to find out stem, fruit, leaves, and roots. So the answer is A. Clear? Okay, this question, I think, yeah, okay. Right, moving on. Question 3. The diagram below shows a tree. Based on your observation, what can you conclude about the tree? Okay, is it a flowering or non-flowering plant?
Flowering.
Very good. How do you know it's flowering, Abel?
Because it has fruits on it and leaves.
Very good. Well done. Okay, yes, correct. Because if it produces fruit, it must be a flowering plant. The reason is because fruits develop from flowers. If you don't have flowers, you will not have fruits. Okay, so in this case, this one, it is, yes, a flowering plant. Okay, or flowering tree. Right? So we can cancel out this one. We can cancel out this one already. Yeah? Okay, next thing we need to consider is, does it have strong or does it have weak stem? Mani.
It has a strong stem.
Well done. Okay, because if you can see, the plant is really standing upright. Without any support, it is basically supporting itself using its strong stem. So therefore, it is a flowering tree which has a strong stem. The answer is C. So far, so good. I think this question, both of you got it right. Yeah, I have a record of the questions you've gotten it wrong. I think, Abir, some of the questions were unattempted, probably because you are still not very sure how to use our interface. Okay, I suppose, right? So if you have any questions, like I said, now feel free to just type in the chat and ask. Okay, right? Okay, now let's move on. Which of the following are the correct? Okay, now I always tell my students, whenever they have such keywords, identify it and put either tick or cross. Now this one is correct, so we are looking for ticks. Okay, if the question is asking incorrect,